The iPad mini has always been the quiet genius of Apple's lineup. Not the loud, flashy iPad Pro, not the boring entry iPad, but the one device people fall in love with the moment they actually use it. And now, the iPad mini 8 is starting to leak, and what's coming might be Apple's biggest mini upgrade in years. But here's the part nobody is talking about. The iPad mini 8 is not just an upgrade. It could be Apple's smartest move in the entire iPad lineup. Because if the leaks are even half true, this device might finally become the perfect, everyday iPad that makes people stop buying bigger iPads completely. And today, I'm going to break down exactly what the iPad mini 8 is rumored to bring, what Apple is secretly trying to achieve with it, and why this could be the first iPad mini that feels truly premium in a way we've never seen before. First, let's get one thing straight. People don't buy the iPad mini because it's cheap. They buy it because it's rare. It's the only iPad that feels like it was designed for real humans. Easy to hold, easy to carry, easy to use anywhere. It fits in one hand, in a small bag, even in a jacket pocket if you're brave. And for years, the Mini has been Apple's most underrated product because it offers something that no iPad Pro can ever offer: comfort. Now imagine that same perfect form factor, but upgraded to feel like a futuristic premium iPad. That's exactly what the iPad mini 8 leaks are hinting at. And it's exciting because Apple usually doesn't give this much attention to the Mini. Now let's talk about the biggest potential upgrade: the display. Multiple leaks and reports suggest Apple may finally bring OLED to the iPad mini line. And if you understand what OLED means, you already know why this is a huge deal. OLED doesn't just make colors prettier. It completely changes the personality of the screen. Blacks become truly black. Contrast becomes insane. Everything looks more premium, more cinematic, more alive. Netflix, YouTube, gaming, even just scrolling social media feels smoother and sharper. OLED is one of the main reasons people pay extra for premium devices. And if Apple gives the iPad mini 8 an OLED panel, this instantly makes it the most luxurious small tablet on the market. Not good for the price, but straight up premium. And if Apple adds a better refresh rate, like 90 Hz or even 120 Hz, that's when things get dangerous, because then you're basically holding a tiny iPad Pro in your hand. But the display is only half the story. The next big rumor is the chip, and this is where the iPad mini 8 becomes scary powerful. We've seen leaks suggesting Apple could bring a very advanced processor into this mini generation, potentially even an A-series Pro-level chip. Think about what that means. This small tablet could have more raw power than laptops from just a few years ago. Apps would open instantly. Editing, multitasking, AI tools, and gaming would run effortlessly. And Apple has been pushing Apple Intelligence features hard, which means the iPad mini 8 could become one of the most portable AI devices you can buy, like a personal assistant machine that fits in your hands. Not something you keep on a desk, but something you actually carry everywhere. And that leads into the most important point. Apple is not upgrading the Mini 8 just for fun. They're doing it because the world is changing. People want portable tech again. Big phones keep getting bigger. Laptops are still too bulky for many people. And the iPad Pro is powerful, but it's not comfortable to carry everywhere. The iPad mini is the only Apple device that sits perfectly in the middle. Bigger than a phone, smaller than a laptop, and easier than both. Now imagine Apple turns it into a premium OLED AI tablet. That's not a product, that's a category killer. It becomes the device you grab for everything: reading, travel, work, study, journaling, video calls, gaming, entertainment, notes, even content creation. Now let's talk about design, because this is another area where the iPad mini 8 could surprise people. The iPad mini 7 already moved into a modern design era, but leaks suggest Apple may refine it again. Maybe thinner bezels, maybe a more premium finish, maybe slightly improved grip and weight balance. Some reports even mention the possibility of better durability, including a stronger build and potentially water resistance improvements. And that would be massive because people take minis everywhere: coffee shops, airports, trains, beaches. The iPad mini is the travel iPad. It's the iPad you risk taking outside. So Apple making it tougher makes perfect sense. It would also position it as the most practical iPad, not just the cutest one. Here's something interesting too. If Apple gives the Mini 8 OLED and a newer chip, pricing will probably go up. Some leaks suggest it could be $50 to $100 more expensive than the current Mini. And normally that would be bad news, right? But in this case, it might actually be genius. Because with a premium display and stronger chip, the iPad Mini 8 stops being that small, cheaper iPad and becomes a premium device that feels worth it. And people don't mind paying more when the product genuinely feels premium. Apple knows this. They've mastered it. If they upgrade the Mini correctly, they'll make the iPad Mini 8 something people don't just buy. They flex. Now let's get into why this might become the most important iPad for students, travelers, and everyday users. The iPad Pro is amazing, but it's overkill for most people. The iPad Air is a great middle option, but it's still large. The base iPad is affordable, but not premium. The iPad Mini is the only one that feels like a lifestyle device. It's the iPad you actually use daily. Now, if the Mini gets OLED, better speakers, faster performance, better battery management, and stronger AI support, then it becomes the iPad that quietly replaces everything. Students can take notes and read textbooks without carrying heavy devices. Professionals can use it as a portable second screen, note machine, or client presentation device. Travelers can use it as a full entertainment tablet without feeling like they're carrying a laptop. Gamers get a premium display in a device that doesn't feel awkward in your hands. And creators can script, plan, edit, and upload without pulling out a full computer. And here's the twist. The iPad Mini 8 could become Apple's best-selling iPad without even trying. Because if people see OLED plus powerful chip plus mini size, they'll start asking a dangerous question. Why buy the iPad Air anymore? Why buy the bigger iPad if the Mini gives you almost the same experience in a more comfortable body? That's why Apple might hold back certain features like a full iPad Pro level refresh rate. But even if they don't go all in, the Mini 8 will still be the most wanted iPad of the year because it's the one people actually carry.